How do I start this? I guess this is the start of my weekly blog.
That video footage was me a couple months ago. I tried to make a vlog kind of like this, but I couldn't do it. And it really because of one thing, and that was fear. Fear, man, it is horrible. It eats you up inside. It makes it that you see something that's bigger than it is. It can be anything from fear of spiders or fear of heights. It can also be, like for me, fear of making mistakes, fear of big decisions, fear of failure, fear of disappointing people, of letting people down, and that becomes just such a hindrance that you can't do anything without thinking from the mindset of fear. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it that I can even make a video and put it out there for whatever reason I thought, whether it was I don't know what people are going to say, or it's not good enough. There's so many different reasons, so many different excuses that fear makes. And it's so interesting to me because every time I've been, almost paralyzed by fear, I realize it wasn't even that big a deal once I make that leap, once I make that step. I mean, ever since I graduated high school, I made a choice. I was like, I'm gonna take a huge step. I'm gonna move to a different state. I was so fearful, I was so afraid, didn't know what was gonna happen, but then I did it, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And so many different things along the line, that made me even want to make this video of why do we fear? Why is it that we allow this thing called fear to rule us? It's not that we'll never feel fear. As in Joshua 1, where God talks to Joshua and tells him, fear not, be courageous, be strong. He never told him that he wouldn't feel fear. He just told him not to be fear, not to have fear be his identity. And so many times, me, myself, and so many others I know can be so paralyzed by fear that that's all we see. It's the perspective and lens in which we do life. But that is a life that is not lived at all, in my opinion. When there's so much out there, there's so much possibilities, that there's so many opportunities that could be open, but we let fear stop us from that. And I'm tired of it. I really am. I'm tired of it. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's where you let go of that fear, when you get tired of it. And you get fed up, where enough is enough, where you decide, I am going to overcome this, that I can't let fear rule me any longer. Some of the biggest hindrances are not outside forces. It's not people. It's us. It's our head. It's what goes on in here. It's what stops us from being who we are and even chasing after what is in our hearts and what the dreams that we have and the plans that we have that we know are from God. For whatever reason, whether that is reality, sets in, life sucks out the dreams in people and gets them to fear and not believe. I believe we were created more for that. We have something big. There's something more inside of us than that. And if we can just see, almost like if we were to see that lens and take it off and see its perspective, what if we recognize the fear because it'll always be there? What if we did it instead? What would happen? And I think the only way that is a possibility is if you understand truly God's love. This is something I'm still discovering myself more each and every day, that God is love and that He really does forgive. If you make one bad step or make a mistake, it's not completely over. Your life's not over. If you have one bad relationship, that doesn't mean it's over. If you make one wrong turn, maybe you went to the wrong college, that doesn't mean it's over. And I always thought that it meant that it was over. But it's not. It's nothing is over. And knowing that God isn't giving up on me, then why would I give up on myself if the person who created me isn't giving up on me? Obviously, then He knows what He's doing. And so, I don't know if this will help anyone today, but I just want to put it out there that if you were with me, to call it end and call it a fight and an attack on fear, that we're not going to let it hold us back any longer. You recognize the fear, but you don't let it become your identity. You chase after your destiny regardless of your fear. And that's what I plan to do. Thank you.